Sports are the coolest new way to get your entertainment, and our friends over at KSL Newsradio do a great job with a number of podcasts that can really pique your interest on a number of different topics. And one of our favorites, Jay McFarland, here with us today to tell us about a new podcast. It's called The Hosts of Eden.
Yeah, hi guys.
Really cool project. We were talking about this during the break, and it sounds fascinating. Tell us kind of what it's about.
Well, so it's a story that I wrote, sci-fi, and I narrate it. It's about a guy who has multiple personality disorder, and his doctor has been working with him, and one day a new personality comes out, but this personality knows things that he shouldn't. He knows things about the White House. In fact, he claims to be the President of the United States and knows everything about the President of the United States, but the problem is he's been in seclusion for years. So how does he know these things? And then they start to get some indication that maybe the other personalities, maybe they were real people too. And that's where it starts. But I can't tell you anything else. It's all spoilers.
Take us through this a little bit. So this isn't like a podcast, like if you listen to some of like the talk shows. This isn't like an open forum discussion. No. This is a science fiction story that you are presenting through the, similar to like Serial.
Yeah, kind of like Serial. Yeah, so I narrate it, but it's more like sitting down with me and I'm telling you this cool thing that happened. So there's some music to it, there's some sound effects, but it's really just me saying, hey, this guy did this, and then this happened, and then this happened. A ton of cliffhangers. The story goes someplace you'd never imagine. And that title is significant, Hosts of Eden. But I can't tell you anything else.
Now, speaking of title, you know, we were talking about the faat that you thought about maybe at first writing a book and then decided you're not a writer.
Yes.
You're better at talking.
Yes. Yeah, and that's important. You know, when I first sat down, and I've heard this from a lot of writers, we try to write this perfect prose and stuff, and what I've realized, just get the story out of you. Get it on paper, and then decide how you're going to deliver it, and that's what editors are for, right? I really should have just written it in the first place and send it to some people, but I have the benefit of KSL Newsradio, and they've gotten behind me, and you guys are here, so it's pretty exciting.
So this is 11 episodes,
11 episodes. You can download the first 2 right now. Just text the word Eden to 57500. That's E-D-E-N, and you'll get a link, or it's in the KSL News Radio app. And a lot of people are already mad at me because they want the other episodes. Right. But we're going to release them every week, 2 a week. So you're going to have to wait.
Yeah, that's not very nice. I mean, a lot of people are. If you're talking cliffhangers, you know, in our culture today, we like the binge.
I know, and a lot of people will wait until the end and just binge it all at once. But if you guys want like sneak previews, if you want them now, I can hook you up. I know a guy.
I have a feeling that there are a lot of people out there, and I've thought about this myself. If you have a particular topic that you'd like to talk about, and you want to tell a story, and you want to get into the podcast form, how would you go about? How does the average Joe go about making a podcast?
Oh my gosh, it's so easy. The world we live in today, there are no barriers to entry. If you want to self-publish a book, if you want to put out a podcast, literally the only cost is a $50 microphone, or you could record it on your phone. The audio quality is so good. It's free to get into Apple Podcasts. It's free to get into Google Music. The only thing this is going to cost you is your time. So if that's the case, why not try it out? I mean, just put it out there, because again, if you want to self-publish a book, there's no barriers to entry anymore. You can just put them out there. So if you've got that story or some expertise that you think people would be interested in, I say go for it. Nothing's stopping you nowadays.
There are 11 episodes, but what's next after this? What else you got?
So this story ends on, of course, a cliffhanger, and there are at least 3 other stories that go with it, or sequels, that go in totally different directions. And I have several other stories that I'm working on, but so if this one works out, if people like it, then I'll be back.
Oh, I'll be back. Jay McFarland here, the Hosts of Eden, the podcast. You can check it out in all the appropriate places you search out podcasts. We've also been playing around with the Face app today, so we, of course, had to see what a fresh face Jay McFarland looks like. Look at that young man.
That's not bad.
That is fresh right there.
I had a huge gap in my teeth, though, as a kid. It's huge. So did that catch it? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Looking sharp there, my man. Appreciate you coming in today.
Hey, thank you so much.
Listening for the Hosts of Eden.
What's the text number again?
Text the word Eden, E-D-E-N, to 57500, and you'll get a link back. And then
fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to do that, and then with the cliffhangers, you're not going to be able to get rid of me. Hunt you down.
That's awesome. I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
All right. Well, these